Okay, so I want to do a very quick update. I wanted to address this morning's press release. I did receive 2 phone calls, and I think I have an email that I haven't returned yet in reference to the press release. I haven't had a chance to get with social media and get some of the comments back. We'll probably do another video where we address some questions at the end of the week. But I wanted to get this out this morning because someone brought up a really valuable point as far as I'm concerned. And they said, hey, Alex, you put out a press release. You said you would never put out a press release unless it was a material change to the public company. So I want to clarify something because I think it's a very fair point, right? So that is true. If it's a material change, we put it out. But we also will be reporting on the subsidiary companies or parts of the conglomerate that have news. Why is this important? From the outside looking in, it may not seem like it, but for us, what we need to take into consideration is sometime in the future, someone from a municipality, someone from an oil or gas or coal company is going to be looking for water treatment technology. If they do a search and they see us at this conference, they see this press release, they can then do a further deep dive into the technology and do some due diligence and then reach out to us. So I won't say that this is necessarily a sales tool, but this is an awareness tool to allow H2O customers or people that have a need for this technology to, when they're doing a search, to have something indexed that they can reference. So this is important, and I know it may not seem necessarily, well, you're at a conference. The email that I received, there are over 300 industry leaders already registered that are going to be showing up at this conference. We have already received phone calls from the pre-press that was released for these registered attendees in reference to this technology. So it's already there's already a return, I should say, on that investment of going to this particular conference. And also, we are supporting our strategic partner who we have licensed to address specifically the oil and gas industry so that we don't have to. There are other things that we're going to be taking a look at environmentally, other Superfund sites, other states and municipalities, and you have to expand your team and delegate the best you can so that you have a larger footprint. And this is part of that. Now, we've already announced contracts for H2O. We have a few more that are in the pipeline. I know that there's 1 or 2 that are getting wrapped up closer to the end of this week, maybe top of next week, barring any unforeseen things that happen. But we're continually moving forward. And I know that some of the feedback I received this morning was, well, we thought we were getting a different press release. If I misled anyone, that's not my intention. And you always try to give me the benefit of the doubt on that, at least. I'm not intentionally trying to mislead you. I will say that there is additional stuff that I have to get out this week. I don't like saying that because I don't want to give people any lead time into any trading activity. It's not something I support. And I'm hoping that UATG shareholders can be professional enough and understand my position when I say that. So yes, we have news on Ossifix that I need to get out the door. I also have stuff coming next week, but not everything. And I want to manage expectations here in order to move the stock price the way traders look at it. They always want to see an improvement. I mean, wouldn't we all, right? But it has to be real. I'm not interested in, I'm going to leave it at that. We have to have a viable, solvent company that does genuine business with genuine revenues into the company that we can use that. Those revenues are tools. They're not just numbers. I understand from the outside looking in, that's what you see. But for me, they are a tool and a resource for me to hire additional people, for me to expand operations into many different technology sectors, to include an additional facility for H2O, an additional facility for HQ that we can house multiple companies in so that we can expand product lines and expand our control over supply chain, over fulfillment and manufacturing. I know that many will take a look at, throughout the course of this year, and you're going to look at expenditures and say, you guys are spending a lot of money. We are going to be spending as much money as possible so that we have the infrastructure in place to build manufacturing, fulfillment, R&D facilities that we could control. If the last 2 years have taught any company anything, it should have taught you this. The more you control your own destiny, the less you are affected by any type of extraneous or outside influences. And we need to control our manufacturing. We need to control our raw material supply and our supply chain. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm putting this, it's a big push to move us to being as independent as possible from third parties. I'm not complaining about the third parties we currently are working with. They have been fantastic. Many of them are new because I got rid of the old third parties that were underperforming and affecting our ability to deliver. We not only answer to a retail sector publicly, but we also have shareholders that we have to show value to. And that's what we are building. This takes time. So I understand many of you know that. I'm speaking to a few on some of these previous statements, but bear with us. We have made a lot of progress. And if you're objective, and you know, from the outside looking in, you can see we are continuing to make significant progress just in the first couple of weeks of this year. The quarter's not over yet. The Q4 will be out in about a week or so. So you get to take a look at the year end and where we're ended up with that. But then this quarter is going to show significant growth and changes, not just to the bottom line, but to the overall expenditures and the investment that we put into structure. So I thought it was worthwhile because I had two really great conversations with shareholders this morning. This is why I want you to reach out to me. I would not have thought that this press release would have created any reaction at all, other than we've been talking about that. It should be understood we have to get it out there. And you know, speaking to that UAT Group microcosm on social media of 40,000 plus people, we need to make sure that we get to the entire globe. Now, I know I'm making this statement, so I want to address something. We are looking to expand H2O's footprint outside the United States after we have a significant footprint here in the United States. So we have a few folks we're talking to overseas. That may be something, but we're not going to directly target that. And that was part of a question that I was asked this morning. So I want to address it here. Obviously, many of you are talking about that. So I want to make sure that I address that. I do have some stuff coming out for Ossifix this week. And then next week, we're going to have some further updates on Bacter and Nextcast, as well as Ossifix and H2O. But the end of this week, I'm thinking I might do an update video. It just depends on how much information I have back from everyone. If it's not significant enough, I don't want to waste your time in watching a lengthy video. So hopefully this addressed this morning's press release. This morning's press release is very important for us to get out there so that it's indexed and customers can understand and appreciate that we not only exist, but we are delivering to a very, very high level. This is a big deal. I know many of you may not understand that, but taking metal out of drill water is a huge challenge that many are struggling to solve. We don't have that issue. We're able to solve it easily. And I say easily because we already have the technology. Technology is complicated, it's expensive, but we are able to deliver that. And we are in the process of delivering that technology. We just did the demo unit. They actually bought that demo unit for us. They want to use it as a sales tool, so now we have to build additional demo units. And then we will begin the manufacturing of the mobile demo units once we get those contracts finalized. So this is a small, we call it a tabletop unit, but it's more like on a pallet size. And then we'll get some pictures from the conference out to everyone. I've made it a point to emphasize, please get some pictures. The H2O will be there. I know Stan's going to be there personally, as well as the executive staff from our subsidiary strategic partners. And then there's going to be some other folks, some engineers and specialists on site. So we are going to be live testing water and samples and demonstrating how the unit works. Okay, and this is just a scaled down version of the very large multi-trailer system with the bus and everything else that many of you have already seen the videos and the pictures of. Okay, hopefully this is a quick enough update. I know it went a little longer than it always does, right? But I thought it was important to get this out to you. Okay. I hope everybody has a great day, and I look forward to speaking with you either Friday or next week sometime.